In the quiet town of Eastbrook, where the streets are lined with cracked sidewalks and modest homes, a boy named Timmy lives a life of simplicity, struggling to make ends meet. His days are spent navigating narrow alleys and humble markets, always searching for small opportunities to help his mother. But one fateful evening, as the sun sets and shadows lengthen, Timmy stumbles upon a man collapsed in the park. A stranger dressed in an expensive suit, unconscious and out of place in this forgotten corner of the world. Unaware of the man's true identity, Timmy's decision to help him will set in motion a chain of events that neither of them could have ever anticipated. What begins as a simple act of kindness quickly spirals into a story of deep secrets, betrayal, and unexpected friendships. The man Timmy saved, Robert Sanders, is no ordinary person. He is a fallen millionaire, on the run from the collapse of his once powerful empire. As their lives become entangled, Timmy and Robert must navigate the dangerous forces that seek to destroy them both, leading to a gripping tale of loyalty, redemption, and the hidden power of compassion. In the small town of Eastbrook, a boy, Timmy, runs through narrow alleys. His clothes are simple, worn out, but his spirit, unbroken. He doesn't know it yet, but this evening will change his life forever. As he crosses the empty park, Timmy stumbles upon something, or rather someone, a man in a suit, unconscious on the ground. "Timmy, sir, are you okay?" The man, still unconscious, seems out of place. His face is pale, but his attire reveals wealth, power. Without hesitation, Timmy pulls out a bottle of water from his backpack. "Timmy, drink. Please wake up." The man opens his eyes slowly, confused, weak. "Man, where am I?" Timmy has a choice. Leave him there and continue his life, or help. The man's gaze, though lost, seems to beg for help. "Timmy, I'm going to help you, sir. Don't worry." And with this simple gesture, an unlikely friendship begins. But Timmy has no idea who he's really helping. The walk is long. Timmy helps the stranger to his humble home, a small apartment in the suburbs. The man, still dazed, watches the dusty streets, the worn buildings. The man, now lying on Timmy's old couch, feels something different. He doesn't belong there, but something keeps him from leaving. "Man, thank you for helping me, Timmy, but I can't stay here for long." "Timmy, it's okay. Rest as long as you need." The man sits quietly. His thoughts are heavy, burdened with secrets Timmy can't yet see. He finally speaks again. "Man, I'm Robert." "Timmy, Timmy." A simple exchange, but much lies beneath those names. Even without knowing who Robert truly is, Timmy offers what little he has. A simple dinner, but filled with the warmth of someone who is little, yet gives much. "Timmy, here, it's all I've got." "Robert, why are you helping me?" As the days pass, something changes. Robert, used to luxury and isolation, finds a kind of companionship in Timmy that he never knew. The boy's honesty starts to crack the walls Robert had built. "Timmy, where did you come from, Robert?" "Robert, from a place that no longer belongs to me." Robert hides a secret, one that, when revealed, could destroy everything. He knows he can't stay in Timmy's life for long, but something keeps him from leaving. "Robert, there are things you wouldn't understand, Timmy." An unexpected knock. Two men, dressed in suits, serious, are looking for Robert. But to Timmy, he's still just Robert, the man he helped. "Suited man, have you seen this man?" Timmy watches the men at his door. They aren't from the neighborhood. Their fine clothes and stern faces don't fit with the modest surroundings. "Suited man, you may be in danger, kid. Tell us, have you seen him?" "Timmy, no, I haven't seen anyone by that name." Timmy closes the door slowly, his mind racing. Who are these men, and why are they looking for Robert? Now, Timmy feels there are more secrets than he imagined. Timmy returns to the living room. Robert, sitting on the couch, notices something different in the boy's eyes. It's time to confront him, to know the truth. "Timmy, who are they, Robert? What's going on?" "Robert, hey, I wanted to protect you from all this, but I think it's too late." Robert looks at the floor, his eyes heavy with guilt and regret. He knows the moment has come to tell the truth, but the words aren't easy. "Robert, I'm not who you think, Timmy. I'm Robert Sanders, the owner of Sanders Enterprises. Timmy, what? Robert, yes, I'm that millionaire you see on TV. Or, I was. Robert tells his story, how he lost everything at once, his choices, his enemies, and how, finding himself with nothing, he ended up in the park where Timmy found him, running from bankruptcy and something darker. Robert, I was betrayed, Timmy. Everything I built, destroyed in the blink of an eye. Now, I'm a wanted man, not by the law, but by my mistakes. Timmy, and what are you going to do now? The phone rings suddenly. Timmy rushes to answer it. His mother, at work, says she'll be home late. But as he speaks, a new feeling washes over him. He feels they're no longer safe. Timmy, Robert, I think they're outside. They're back. Without a moment's hesitation, Robert and Timmy leave the apartment in a rush. Every step is a race against time, an attempt to escape those who won't stop until they find him. Robert, we need to get out of here now, Timmy. We can't stay. They find refuge in a cheap motel outside the city. As Robert plans his next move, Timmy wonders, how long will this go on? Timmy, what happens now? Robert, how long are we going to run? Robert, this only ends when I clear my name. Robert begins investigating. He can't run any longer. He needs to discover who betrayed him and why. The truth is closer than he thought, but the cost may be high. Robert, if I can prove that this was all a setup, maybe I have a chance. Timmy, did you find something? Robert, yes, a lead. Now with a plan, Robert decides to return to the city, but the dangers still lurk in the shadows. Those who are after him won't give up so easily. Robert, it's time to face this, Timmy, but I need you to stay safe. I can't drag you into this any further. Robert returns to the company that once was his, now run by those who betrayed him. He feels the weight of humiliation, but also the strength of determination. Timmy watches in silence. Unknown man, Robert Sanders, I thought we'd never see you again. Robert, you were wrong. I'm back. Robert knows that to regain his life, he needs to play carefully. His former allies are now enemies, but he holds a card that might turn the game. Robert, if you don't let me prove who's behind this, I'll take you all down with me. Robert, now determined to face his enemies head-on, uncovers the first piece of the puzzle. An old and trusted friend, Joseph, was the first to betray him. Driven by ambition and power, Joseph led him to bankruptcy. But the story goes deeper. Joseph, did you really think I'd stay in your shadow forever? Robert, the empire you built, it's mine now. Robert, you may have taken what was mine, but you haven't won yet. Timmy's mind is restless. He started this journey as a simple boy, helping a stranger, but now he's caught in a web of lies and betrayals he can barely understand. Timmy, Robert, I don't know what to do anymore. How far will this go? Will you ever get out of this? Robert, I don't have all the answers, Timmy, but you've already helped me more than you know. Now, I have to face what's left. Robert returns to the company's headquarters. He needs answers. And who better to provide them than Claire, the woman he trusted with his life. But when he confronts her, he realizes she's also part of the betrayal. Claire, his former advisor, always wanted something more, much more. Claire, Robert, you were always too good for this world. Naive, easy to manipulate. I did what I had to survive. Robert, you of all people. Why Claire? Claire, because I never wanted to be just a piece of your game, Robert. I wanted the whole board. Despite being surrounded by betrayal, Robert finds an unexpected ally. Mark, a former employee who Robert had always treated with respect, shows up with vital information that could change the course of the battle. Mark, I knew they were plotting something, Robert. I can't prove everything, but I know where to look. You trusted me in the past, and now it's my turn to repay you. Robert, thank you, Mark, but this could be dangerous for you too. Mark, danger? I've been through worse. We're in this together. Mark and Robert work together to uncover the documents Joseph and Claire are hiding. But as they dig deeper, they realize it all leads to a trap, a conspiracy much bigger than they imagined. The personal betrayals were only the tip of the iceberg. Timmy, What did you find, Robert? Robert, they were financing something illegal. The entire collapse of my company was to cover up an international scheme. If this comes to light, no one will be left standing. Now, Robert faces a difficult choice. He can expose the truth, but that means risking many lives, including Timmy's, who's already deeply involved. Robert, if I go through with this, they'll come after us. I can't protect you, Timmy. Timmy, I know, Robert, but we can't stop now. This has to end. In the midst of all the secrets, a new revelation surfaces. Something from Robert's past he tried to forget. An old connection to powerful people, now coming back to haunt him. And these people won't let him go unpunished. Timmy, who are they, Robert? Now that Robert has decided to expose everything, the forces against him intensify. Joseph and Claire, fearing they'll be exposed, send men after them. The chase through the dark streets of Manhattan begins, and every turn, every corner could be their last. Timmy, Robert, they're getting closer. Robert, hold on, Timmy. We're almost there. After days of running, Robert decides to turn over all the evidence to the authorities. In a packed courtroom, he reveals the darkest secrets of Joseph and Claire, exposing the criminal scheme that set everything in motion. Judge, Mr. Sanders, are you sure of these accusations? Robert, yes, Your Honor, and this evidence will prove everything. Joseph and Claire are arrested. The courtroom erupts in a mix of surprise and relief. Robert finally achieves his redemption, but the victory comes with an emotional cost. He knows that even with justice, things will never be the same. Timmy, you did it, Robert. Robert, yes, but there's still a long road ahead. After the fall of his enemies, Robert and Timmy find a new beginning. There are no more secrets, only the desire to rebuild, to learn from the mistakes of the past. Robert, I lost a lot, but I gained more than I ever imagined. Timmy, what are we going to do now? Robert decides to use his wealth for something different this time. He starts investing in social projects, helping those who, like Timmy, never had many opportunities. He understands that the true value of wealth doesn't lie in money, but in the people it touches. Robert, now let's do something that really matters, Timmy. Timmy receives a letter from a lawyer. In the document, he discovers that Robert has left a portion of his fortune to him. An unexpected gesture, but one that symbolizes the respect and gratitude Robert feels for the boy who saved him without expecting anything in return. Timmy, Robert, I don't even know what to say. Years later, the legacy of Robert and Timmy lives on. Together, they created something bigger than any fortune, a strong, united community where support and friendship are the greatest treasures. The community center, built in honor of Timmy's kindness, now helps hundreds of underprivileged children. Timmy, we did something incredible, Robert, and it's going to last forever. Robert, now armed with evidence from his investigations, realizes that Joseph and Claire weren't acting alone. There's a larger conspiracy at play, one that extends beyond his company. Robert and Timmy race against time, piecing together documents and emails that expose offshore accounts and illegal dealings tied to powerful figures in the business world. The deeper they dig, the more dangerous the game becomes. But Robert is determined to clear his name, and Timmy, though unsure of the stakes, refuses to leave his side. Timmy, so what happens if we don't find all the proof in time? Robert, then we both go down, Timmy. And this time, there'll be no coming back. While Robert and Timmy lay low, a mysterious figure named Malcolm appears. Malcolm claims to have been wronged by the same people who betrayed Robert, and he offers information that could help them take down Joseph and Claire. But his motives remain unclear. Is he truly an ally, or is he leading them into another trap? With no other options, Robert reluctantly accepts Malcolm's help, but Timmy senses something off about the man. Malcolm, you think they ruined you, Robert? They haven't even started. I can show you how deep this goes, but it'll cost you. Back in the city, Joseph grows nervous as the walls close in. Claire, confident in their plan, tries to reassure him, but Robert's unexpected return has thrown everything into chaos. They had thought they buried the evidence deep enough to avoid suspicion, but with Robert still alive and digging, their empire begins to tremble. Joseph, consumed by paranoia, starts making desperate moves to cover their tracks. But in doing so, he risks exposing more than he hides. "Claire, calm down, Joseph. Robert's a broken man. He won't get far." "Joseph, you don't know him like I do. He won't stop until everything is burned to the ground." As Robert dives deeper into the web of lies surrounding him, Timmy starts feeling the weight of their situation. The thrill of uncovering secrets is replaced by a growing fear for their safety. The men who followed them before are getting closer, and the danger no longer feels distant. Timmy begins to question whether staying by Robert's side is the right decision, but loyalty keeps him anchored. He can't abandon Robert, not when he's come this far. "Timmy, what if we're making a mistake? What if there's no way out of this?" "Robert, there's always a way out, Timmy. We just have to find it before they find us." While returning to the motel one night, Robert and Timmy narrowly escape an ambush set by men working for Joseph. It becomes clear that their every move is being watched. With nowhere left to hide, they realize the motel is no longer safe. They flee into the night, driving aimlessly until Robert decides it's time to go on the offensive. They can't keep running forever. The only way to survive is to confront Joseph and Claire directly. "Timmy, they almost got us. Robert, what are we going to do now?" "Robert, we stop hiding. It's time to face them head on." Malcolm proposes a bold and risky plan to expose Joseph and Claire in front of the board members of Sanders Enterprises. He suggests they break into a high-security vault where the final incriminating documents are kept. The plan is dangerous. One misstep could mean prison for Robert, or worse. But with no other leads and Malcolm pressuring them, Robert agrees. Timmy, though hesitant, decides to go along. He won't let Robert face this alone. "Malcolm, one night, one chance. We get in, grab the documents, and you'll have everything you need to take them down." Under the cover of darkness, Robert, Timmy, and Malcolm execute the plan. They sneak into the corporate offices of Sanders Enterprises, avoiding security and navigating through corridors that Robert once walked as the company's leader. The tension is unbearable, especially for Timmy, whose heart races with each step. Just as they reach the vault, an alarm blares. The heist has been compromised. Robert grabs what he can, but they must flee before the guards arrive. "Timmy, we're not going to make it out of here, Robert." "Robert, we will. Just keep moving." As the alarms ring through the building, Robert and Timmy race through the emergency exits with Malcolm leading the way. They narrowly escape capture, but the night has taken its toll on Robert. Exhausted and battered, he's starting to question whether the fight is worth it. But Timmy, now fully invested in their mission, pushes Robert to keep going. The documents they retrieve might not be everything they need, but they're a start. "Timmy, we've come too far to stop now, Robert. You can't give up." "Robert, I'm not giving up, Timmy. I'm just tired of always being one step behind." Just when things seem darkest, an unexpected ally from Robert's past reappears. His former business partner, Jack, who had disappeared when the company fell apart. Jack, who had distanced himself from the mess, now realizes the extent of Joseph and Claire's betrayal and offers to help Robert bring them down. With Jack's insider knowledge and resources, Robert feels a renewed sense of hope. Together, they begin planning their final move. "Jack, I walked away when things got ugly, but now I see the truth. I'm with you, Robert, all the way." As the showdown with Joseph and Claire approaches, Timmy takes matters into his own hands. Determined to contribute more than just emotional support, he hacks into the company's computer system with guidance from Jack. What Timmy uncovers is a crucial piece of the puzzle, evidence of an offshore account tied directly to Claire's illegal activities. It's the final proof they need to expose the conspiracy. "Timmy, Robert, I found something. It's Claire. She's been moving money offshore this whole time." "Robert, Timmy, you just did what no one else could. This changes everything." With the evidence in hand, Robert, Jack, and Timmy go public. They leak the information to the press, causing a media frenzy. Claire's world collapses around her as the truth is exposed. She is arrested and dragged into the spotlight, her reputation and career destroyed. But even as she is taken away in handcuffs, she remains defiant, swearing that Robert hasn't won yet. "Claire, this isn't over, Robert. You'll regret this." While Claire's arrest shocks the city, Joseph refuses to go down without a fight. In a final act of desperation, he uses the last of his influence to try and have Robert eliminated. A dangerous confrontation ensues, with Joseph's hired men cornering Robert and Timmy. But with the help of Jack and Malcolm, Robert manages to turn the tables on Joseph. The police arrive just in time to arrest him, ending his reign of deceit. Joseph, you think this is over, Sanders? I still have power. More than you know. Robert, not anymore. With Joseph and Claire behind bars, Robert finally clears his name. The nightmare is over, but the scars remain. Robert, having regained control of Sanders Enterprises, begins rebuilding his life and the company with a newfound purpose. Timmy, now more than just a boy who helped a stranger, has grown into a young man with a bright future ahead. Together, they look out over the city, ready to start a new chapter in their lives. Timmy, we did it, Robert. It's finally over. Robert, no, Timmy, it's just the beginning. With Joseph and Claire behind bars, Robert begins the process of rebuilding his company. The media frenzy dies down, and for the first time in months, it seems like peace might be possible. Timmy and Robert enjoy a few quiet days, reflecting on how far they've come. But the calm feels eerie, as if something is still lurking in the shadows. Robert can't shake the feeling that this isn't truly over. Timmy, we've made it. Robert, you've got your company back, and everything's finally calm. Robert, it feels too quiet. Timmy, there's still something out there. I can feel it. Just as Robert begins to feel settled, he receives an anonymous message. You thought it was over, but we're just getting started. The message includes photos of Timmy, taken without their knowledge. Panic grips Robert as he realizes that, despite Claire and Joseph's downfall, there's a new player in the game. Someone more dangerous and hidden in the shadows is targeting them. Timmy's life is at risk, and the stakes have never been higher. Timmy, Robert, who would do this? We stopped them, didn't we? Robert, someone else is pulling the strings, Timmy. We have to act fast before they come for you. Robert and Timmy seek out Malcolm, who has gone underground since the fallout. Malcolm reveals that a mysterious crime syndicate had been backing Joseph and Claire all along. Now, with their top agents out of the picture, this syndicate is out for revenge, and Timmy is their leverage. Desperate to protect him, Robert makes a bold decision. They won't hide this time. They'll go after the syndicate head on. Malcolm, you want to take them down? It's not just about business anymore, Robert. These people don't play by the rules. Robert, neither do I. Not anymore. Through Malcolm's contacts, Robert identifies the man leading the syndicate. Vince Duval, a powerful crime boss who operates behind a web of legitimate businesses. Vince had been the secret force behind Joseph and Claire, using them to expand his empire. Now, Vince wants to destroy everything Robert holds dear. Armed with the information, Robert knows that the only way to end this is by confronting Vince directly. But this will be a fight unlike any other. Timmy, are you sure about this, Robert? Vince sounds even more dangerous than the others. Robert, I'm sure, Timmy. This time, we stop it at the source. Robert, Malcolm, and Jack devise a risky plan to infiltrate one of Vince's private meetings, hoping to gather the final piece of evidence to bring him down. Timmy, despite Robert's protests, refuses to stay behind. The night of the operation is tense, with everyone on edge. They slip into Vince's high-security estate, where a gathering of the most powerful crime figures is taking place. One wrong move, and they could all be killed. Jack, we got one shot at this. If we're caught, it's over. Robert, we're not getting caught. As they creep through the estate, Robert finally comes face to face with Vince Duval. The confrontation is chilling. Vince, calm and calculating, reveals that he's known about Robert's every move. But instead of fear, Robert feels an overwhelming sense of resolve. This man won't intimidate him any longer. Robert challenges Vince, threatening to expose his entire operation. But Vince has one last card to play. Vince, you think you've won? Sanders? I've got eyes everywhere. The moment you leave here, your little friend, Timmy, isn't it? He won't make it through the night. Robert, touch him, and I'll destroy everything you've built. Vince's men close in on Robert, Timmy, and Malcolm, but they manage a daring escape. Gunfire erupts as they race through the dark corridors, dodging bullets and traps, Vince had said. Timmy's fear is palpable, but Robert's determination fuels their every move. As they barely make it out alive, the realization hits. This isn't just about business or betrayal anymore. This is a fight for survival. Timmy, that was too close. They almost had us. Robert, this isn't over yet, Timmy, but we're going to make sure they don't come after us again. After the escape, Vince retaliates by targeting Timmy directly. One night, while Robert is working with Malcolm and Jack to finalize their plans, Timmy is kidnapped by Vince's men. Robert's worst fear has come true. Vince has made good on his threat. Robert's world collapses as he receives a video from Vince showing Timmy held hostage. Vince demands that Robert surrender all evidence against him, or Timmy won't survive the night. Vince in the video, "You got 24 hours, Sanders. Surrender yourself, or the boy dies." Robert, with no time to waste, pulls together his allies for one last mission, to rescue Timmy and take down Vince for good. Fueled by fear and anger, Robert prepares for what might be the most dangerous confrontation of his life. As they storm Vince's hideout, the stakes couldn't be higher. Every second counts, and Robert knows that one misstep could cost Timmy his life. "Robert, hold on, Timmy. I'm coming for you." Inside Vince's hideout, chaos erupts. Robert and Malcolm fight their way through armed guards, while Jack disables the security systems. Finally, Robert reaches the room where Timmy is held. Vince, in a final act of defiance, holds a gun to Timmy's head. The tension is unbearable, but Robert remains calm, knowing that any rash action could mean Timmy's death. In a daring move, Malcolm manages to distract Vince long enough for Robert to overpower him. Timmy is saved. "Vince, this isn't the end, Sanders." "Robert, for you it is." With Vince arrested and his criminal empire dismantled, Robert finally breathes a sigh of relief. The nightmare is over. The media covers Vince's downfall as one of the biggest takedowns in the city's history. Robert is hailed as a hero, though he feels no triumph. He's grateful to have Timmy safe, but the cost of the battle weighs heavily on him. He knows they've survived, but they'll never be the same. "Timmy, it's really over this time, isn't it?" Robert, "Yes, Timmy, it's finally over." Months later, Robert stands on the balcony of his rebuilt company headquarters, overlooking the city. Sanders Enterprises is stronger than ever, but Robert's focus has shifted. He no longer chases wealth and power. Instead, he uses his resources to help others, just as Timmy helped him when he had nothing. Timmy, now more than just a boy, has grown into a confident young man, ready to take on the world. "Timmy, we've come a long way, haven't we?" "Robert, farther than I ever thought possible. And it's just the beginning." In the final chapter, Robert and Timmy visit the community center they've built together. It's a symbol of the kindness and loyalty that got them through their darkest times. The center is filled with kids from all walks of life. Kids who, like Timmy once did, just need a chance. As they watch the children play, Robert reflects on everything they've been through. The fight for survival, the betrayals, and the losses have all led them to this moment. A future filled with hope, love, and purpose. "Robert, you saved me, Timmy. I don't think I'll ever be able to repay you for that." "Timmy, you don't have to. We saved each other." As they stand in the heart of the community they've helped build, a thunderstorm brews in the distance. Lightning cracks through the sky, and the rain begins to fall, but neither of them moves. The storm is a reminder of everything they've weathered together: betrayal, danger, and loss. But through it all, they've emerged stronger. Robert wraps his arm around Timmy's shoulder, and together, they walk into the future, ready for whatever comes next. The bond they share is unbreakable, forged in fire and bound by the power of friendship. "Robert, whatever happens next, we'll face it together. Timmy, together, always." These additional chapters take the story through a thrilling series of confrontations, betrayals, and final victories. The stakes get higher as Robert and Timmy face greater dangers, but ultimately, their persistence and loyalty lead to redemption and a new future. Sometimes, all it takes to change the world is an act of kindness done without expecting anything in return. The poor boy and the millionaire he saved prove that the true value of life lies in the connections we make.